Test 1, 2, 1, 2. This year, sponsored by Chaim, the handyman, WESHA Orchestra, and Short Ride Car Service. Just want to let you know, if everybody's wondering why they have all this mystery of a pail, 2 Home Depot pails in their shower, basically saying, one saying white bleach, one saying dark no bleach. Basically, they know they have to basically give me a nice amount of money, basically to pay me back for all the loss that they caused me. So the Banisham is kind of in the Rukish is a need of. Can neganir lieber bias kachim bias in Sham Nes. The Hindi Rukish is near of. And as we say in this week's parsha, the pasuk of the second to last week parsha is the pasuk of Achari Mois. And those Yitzusu Nefesh, basically a lot of people, those who found that pail in the house, that basically deserve curse as well. Well, anyways, today is Iyer. I'm going to give a shiur on the loving kindness, lesson loving kindness. You should know something. One of the days when I was running away from Lakewood, before I came back, I was suffering on the street. I took the Chaim's book, Loving Kindness, taped it to my tailpipe on my blue van, and pitched on it, and I said, Rebbe Chaim, this is what the town of Lakewood did to your books of the Chaim. And he thanked me. He thanked me for that. Well, anyways, that's what happens when you kind of with Mexicans and learn from them how to do chesed and how to live a mitzvah life. Well, anyways, we'll continue the shiur right weiter. Well, anyone basically wants to know how to pay me back, that they shouldn't have these pails in their what's called in their shower. It's basically I made a yiratzon. I basically say this yiratzon and I say yiratzon out. It's a long yiratzon. I'll start it off basically right now. And basically they know how they can help me out basically. Some people are being very nice and helping me out when I'm going collecting. Not only that, the ex-brother is being a bigger Russia now. He's getting together all the Mishalachim. So he sees I'm making money from collecting. So he's having the Mishalachim, him and my ex-wife's cousins, having Mishalachim cut me off wherever I go and try to chaperine all the dollars that I'm collecting. That's how bad this Russia is, the Sitra Acher and Heshi Apel is, and the new houses and the Fishers, and all those people from Novominsk and all those people that are following them. They're just making things worse in the world. They're trying to destroy the world. Like in this week's parsha, there's so many chatoim, and I daven to Hashem that I shouldn't be nichshol, but all those Rishonim are trying to be nichshol me in those chatoim. And all those Rishonim who are over all these things, and positive things and negative things in this week's parsha. Especially all the creases and everything that they did for years in Lakewood, which they tried to be nichshol min ayin hara. Yep. Well, anyways, I have a yiratzon. It says yiratzon shall be the world, the Alma, the boss of the world, the master of the world, and it should be found for me a flat, a single house about 20 feet by 50 feet, or 60 feet by 150 feet, which is more convenient. Flat, so I can have a house and a base medrash and a hall together, so I can move on in life. Maybe open a kollel, a yeshiva with a nice sized driveway, and it should be sold to me a 20-foot box truck from UO with a hitch on a ramp, or a 17-foot box truck to a third-party loaner, which costs anywhere between $5,000 to $13,000, which is basically the price is going up. At UO 9 or any UO's place, Tom's River, or anywhere basically where they're selling a nice 70-foot box truck or 20-foot box truck, even if they get a whole a 26-foot box truck would even be better. That's how much experience I have of work. Now, speak the joke so I can do my handyman work plus great line of work in business and credit cards. And also the revach and bring in a lot of money, and I would appreciate a mobile home and a few musical instruments such as top of the line, Roland and core keyboards, and other instruments for our music therapy. Now, not only that, they have people hacking my phones and taking away my jobs. They're watching me here, take away my jobs daily. I got the car says call the other day. 2 minutes later, the guy calls me back to cancel. Someone else called him up to who's going to take him. Of course, that's what happened. And so should the rest of the world have this day of a start for a great success, lots of business and panasa, and money that everyone should come home making every day, an extra $300,000 in his pocket. And me too, don't forget about me, that me make my panasa as well. Not be like the Rishon, they're constantly making sure I should have a dime to my name. Like the Pels, the Ungers, and those Rishon, those Shemainis, Sitra Acha people, and credit cards and checks coming in. Now don't forget to check your mail and Zelle and email, and if you want to donate, you can send a check to Yaakov Yisrael Stern, aka Waiter Bilbot, Unit 101, Monroe, New York. I don't know if you can still send anything to that address. Well, you can send if we send to this address or to 501 Princeton Avenue, Lakeland, New Jersey 08701, or you can send a Zelle number to number 848 238-4432. Yaakov Yisrael Stern, and please don't forget about your poor Evian brother, Yaakov Yisrael, in the base of Stern. I'm also available to either work full-time or part-time for any CDL driving job or car service, or to drive a tow truck especially. We'll be grateful that whoever I work for will take on a part of responsibility to help me rebuild. Thank you very much. And to inform you, I've been out of the house for about 6 years. Baruch Hashem, I have a partial place to live. There are a lot of messages to the place in Slocherad, and we should all be zeicha together, the whole class, so the entire world together, and me also to Matay Balecha Yaakov Mishkan Yisachi, so which that's basically my household has the Mokin Torah that nobody has basically. And that's why these Rishon are trying to eat me up, basically that I should marry the Chas Hashem. There's Zaina daughter, Mizana daughter. Someone, Bayermin Mazaina's daughter. Someone please help me already. Be the right shliach to do a very big mitzvah. I managed to say a certain tefillah for everyone's wealth. So I hope you all made billions, and please don't forget about your poor brother, Ani B'Evyon, Yaakov Sober, Yosef Stern, Goodman, and Betzes Hashem Yisparach. Today should be the day that everyone who needs a job should find a job, including you and me. Quote, please take a note. I'm willing to work for an electrician or handyman or plumber or mechanic as long as they buy me a used truck, fuel truck. So I go on job sites and do the work, 20-footer or 17-footer, a hitch and ramp as an upfront bonus payment. I'm willing to sign an agreement towards work or even real estate management company in order to pay him back the money for the truck. Thank you very much. Someone can be offer me a great job, a great career that would be great and wonderful and nice. Well, thank you very much for whatever you can do, give. Just be the one who is going to say and do a very big mitzvah, not to be like those Rishon, like the Pels, the Ungers, and all those Rishon. I'll mention the names later. You can also, by your choice, always even send me even a Zelle to 848-238-4432, a donation or even a $5 donation. I will also appreciate it, and it will also being kind all the mitzvahs of Aהבת, which is in this week's parasha, and a great mitzvah of tzedakah for 5 point yosim, or whatever I'm counting out there. And that's what they're trying to stop right now. They're sending now the mashluchim to hack me off wherever I'm going, to take every single dollar away from me also. That's what these Rishon are trying to do. That's their Aהבת, to basically take everything away from Yaakov Yisrael and Yaakov Yisrael. Well, whoever I'm counting out there, listen, I hear my situation is very rough. I need a job, a place to live, and a few new vehicles, including a truck, as urgently as possible. Now, the bar in Yivomis or super springs down. When we have a yosin, the person's supposed to make sure he has 2 horses running in front of him and a man running in front of it. And he should be happy. And this is what the town of Lakewood is listening to you, Simach Shimai Hesh Yapel, and Hes Chaver, doing just the opposite of what the Gemara says. As urgently as possible, if you know anyone that can help, please forward this to a few of your contacts who you think will be possibility for at least some help, not even most or all the help. Thank you very much. Tzachar. Please daven for Yaakov Sobrin, the Chalak Olda, and Yosef, and the whole Klal Yisrael, and the rest of the world should see this year, Ratzon become true, and everyone should get Yeshua and see the light to the future of their life. And this miserable time of suffering, which was caused by the Lakewood Scooby Mashallah, and all those Rishon that were trapping me while I was driving a school bus, and making me have tsars one day after the next. Suffering time for all of us should end right away, and we should only have a happy soul love between all of us and help each other hand in hand to have a successful life and living and Panasa. Thank you very much. I'm also available to work as a mashkiach in the kitchen, as I worked in the past for Chavke and Starke and OU and for Greenwald's Catering and other places, and as well available to tutor kids and play music for therapy. Please forward to a few of your contacts. Please, thank you so much. And I can also be reached at or text or call or Zelle at 848-238-4432. I have another option phone number at 329-225-2339. Thank you, and please be Mekayim after Chamoicha, which is this week's parasha, which is a few parashas coming up, and get me off the streets. Baruch Hashem, someone's being nice and giving me hospitality. One of my far cousins. Not that he has the best place available, but at least in a way that I'm living a little bit less tired than I used to be. Already, I'm also available to stay overnight or over at an office commercial building, as long as they give me around 20 by 20-foot room. I'm going to be needing much bigger than that. I'll be willing to split income on music therapy or as rent if the owner of the building would like to go and profit 50% or 100% partnership on music therapy. And of course, now by me buying me a new keyboard, but Baruch Hashem and equipment, Baruch Hashem picked up two keyboards already for Brian Shalom's help, and 4 speakers and a little sound system, some mics, which I'm told me on now. And of course, now buying me keyboard and equipment, which Baruch Hashem I have some of it towards rent, and I'll watch and take care of the building for them. And if they buy me a used fuel truck, I can do work for them, like handyman installations or appliance installations or any sort of installations for them, or any types of delivery work. And may God Hashem Yisparach take revenge and justice on the people like the Lakewood Scoop and Berkowitz and Hassel from the Lakewood Scoop, which they berated me all these years on Lakewood. And Jay's bus service and all the girls from Lakewood, New Jersey, for messing up my DVR and the driver's record for fraud, and may they get caught and be arrested for life in prison, which is one of the signs is finding these 2 pails in their shower, which is a sign they have been harassing me and chasing after me and doing certain things to me that I should suffer. Life in prison and die in East Mishuna. Prison, and Judge Bison and the Lakewood Township in New Jersey State and New York State and the New York Fire Department and the entire Lakewood Police and Fire Department, the Pels, the Ungers, the Seabags, the Fisher family, the Newhouse family, the Zupnik family, all these families that had me as a tenant, the Golden family, the Bresky family, the Open family, the Greenspoon family, which they did all sorts of torture, stealthy tortures to me while I was staying by them. The Bohansky family, which berated me on New York streets, New York Brooklyn streets. The Weiss family, which was also one of the families that tortured me. and Eagle Pito and Clifton Avenue, which they're trying to track me to Zlus a few weeks ago for Pesach, for Purim actually, in Lakewood, New Jersey, St. Barnabas, and Kimball Mount Medical Center for messing me up and over-drugging me, and the Garcia family for messing me up and drugging me, the Link family for raping me as well, the Nutte Fried's family from presidential estates as well, and Chaim Yakanski and his chevron, and Merubel Minsk Mob, and the Western Express truck company for suing me for no reason, while they harassed me while I was working for them, the Jersey Shore Hospital on Google, and Dr. Berger, and the people from Lakewood, New Jersey that were raping me from place to place and hypnotizing me in my sleep and giving me nightmares and running up slander and false stories on me for the past 24 years, actually 26 years already. All these people are full of all sorts of illness, like all the arrays in this week's parasha, and made me lose my job, my house, and all the things that I lost and had suffering that I had until now, and that I still have to put up with. May God Hashem Yisparach Yisrael Dynamos take revenge for the suffering that I put up with and the way I have to survive. And may all these people never see a day of light for the rest of their lives, and may they proceed to having Vis Meshuna. And that this is what Mezeda David wrote in Tehillim, Seir Sham Nichras. That is what should happen to all the descendants of these people. I'm actually available for all my professional questions at 848-238-4432 or 329-225-2339, especially for car service and substitute school bus driving, which is a little problem in New Jersey. I made passenger doors suspended. I charge $65 to substitute per run, and for handyman work such as appliance repairs, microwaves, dryers, refrigerators, outlets, fixtures, exhaust fans, ballasts, tall ceiling lights and fixtures, electrical problems, small carpentry jobs, minor plumbing jobs, and for odd and end things. And please forward this to several of your contacts. And now the Museum from Monroe Township had towed away and had stolen my wooden trailer. I was impounded with speech towing, and for 7 months, actually it was close to 9 months, they made a 5 Yosef stuff on the streets, and yet had the township impound one of his trailers and slashed his tires. And everyone, of course, didn't give me a job and a place to live. Instead, they dealt with me any sheker and any chazal because of the liquid scoop and the pedals and the unders and the sea bags and the older Mumzai and the Anshe Stein from Lakewood, New Jersey, that reported me terrible reports to Monroe as well. Well, this morning I was sick with the stomach aches that was caused again today, this morning as well. And I'm Shafis of Lakewood, New Jersey. Forward this to several of your contacts. And may all my enemies be forked off the road down a cliff while they are traveling all around the world. May God send the right angels to take revenge on them 1,000,000 times worse. And may the Shem Yisparach take revenge on Monroe Township, KSL Safety Patrol, Township and Upstate Produce and Grand Food Supermarket for ramming a forklift to my van while I was sleeping in there, and kids and Bachram from the shul that was across the stream, Forest Road in Strelsic, from where my trailer was parked, and for prestige towing, for slashing my tires, and for stealing my wooden trailer off the street. And may God curse it and take away revenge on the New York State Thruway authorities for impounding and stealing my van, all my music equipment and belongings, and for hacking my phones and sending a Mexican mob, of course, for hacking in my phones and sending me prank calls all days and making me suffer all their fraud and falseness. And because of these people, for the past 6 years, I was not able to hold a single Shabbos or Yom Tov to Chosei like a regular Jew, especially after what the Lakewood Scoop did to me. And I didn't even have a regular Yeshiva Das to even down pray like a regular Jew all those years, especially after what the Lakewood Scoop did to me. And may these people never see a day of light for the rest of their lives. And may they proceed to having at least Meshuna. Walla over Geshem, people AIDS Badon with suffering, Kremsh people AIDS Shom Yehu. Any bookish is near enough. שהוי כבר הוא ושליח כבר הריח ונעים בו בשסלילה. שהוי כבר הוא ושליח כבר הריח ונעים בו בשסלילה. שהוי כבר הוא ושליח כבר הריח ונעים בו בשסלילה. ויקבל יום מקרח להם כמויסה רוח אחד הכבד מויסה על מהם ובאים כהת עליו ויקבל יום מקרח להם כמויסה רוח אחד הכבד מויסה על מהם ובאים כהת עליו ויקבל יום מקרח להם כמויסה רוח אחד הכבד מויסה על מהם ובאים כהת עליו כנגד ניר לבייס כך עם בייס שאין לו שם איש מס נגד לבייס כך עם בייס שאין איש מס איש מובס נגד לבייס כך עם בייס שאין איש מובס חייב גומס בוי פוצקש חן נחש חייב גומס בוי פוצקש חן נחש חייב גומס בוי פוצקש חן נחש איש נחש בוי נחש אין יסם ועלש איש נחש בוי נחש אין יסם ועלש איש נחש בוי נחש אין יסם ועלש וואלה אובגשן ארץ יגו יפייץ בדן צור גשן יפייץ שם יהו וואלה אובגשן ארץ יגו יפייץ בדן צור גשן יפייץ שם יהו וואלה אובגשן ארץ יגו יפייץ בדן צור גשן יפייץ שם יהו וסגנועים לסחש לסשש מישראל שולש מישראל שולש חלט השם לך אני אביעות מהיבה ססקץ אחל לסיגל סולם סוקי איתך בויקה וסחל חש ויגו נשלם אסם לך אני אביעות מהיבה ססל משמעות ססום נדול סלף נדול בצדק תשמע למסך ויסל חלוך מלך ויסל דם לך אני אביעות מהיבה סיסטן סחיב ומלך ומחיח תסגיר מסך לסיסל החית וסיקל מסיטס בני מלך ויחת לך אני אביעות מהיבה all these surveyors that be over as well in the town of Lakewood towards me, especially all the surveyors that are trying to show me the iron harvest, all these surveyors to us to say for both parishes. And for this we say for these people that this pasuk should be required of the end of Achimos, actually, not end of here. Kol Ashias Kol Eivus Eilanus Fashes Kervaman. 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 All these people should have the creases that they deserve, and should be cut off in our nation, and we should be able to finally do tshuva and turn back to the way Shalom. And turn away from these Anshe Roim, the Anshe Sedoim that we have. B'toich Ameinu. The Arta Rom Mikabecha. Arta Rom Mikabecha. Arta Rom Mikabecha. Anyways, we'll continue with the Chofetz Chaim now. Your worst enemy is Ches Eir. Who will destroy his own house? The rational people of the world. Do all they can do to build up their own house. But would never consider causing its destruction. Ironically, however, the person afflicted with Tsar Ayin pours relentless effort into destroying the home and the possessions he ardently seeks to protect, which they're trying to do to me in the morning. Tsar Ayin to make me have trouble collecting now. The individual vision is so narrow that he cannot see a reason to give anything he owns to someone else. He justifies his tight-fisted grasp on his belonging with excuses. Someone might break my lawnmower, misplace my cufflinks, crash my car, lose my money. This person's view, his domain, is alone, being himself. Admitted others means allowing them access to his belongings. They can then eat his food, break his crystal, seek an item they want to borrow, see his wealth, or perhaps his miscellaneous. Now, not necessarily everybody has to do this, because in this week's parsha we say that the person shouldn't be over the sita. Basically, come to the sita. Basically, you see, you have a person who likes to borrow things from people, but he likes to break it. Like a few months ago, someone asked me, one of the shlachim asked me to borrow a pliers. He comes back, he said, I don't know what I did, I used it regular and it broke, it's junky pliers. So I said, explain to him. I use junky pliers, I fix things very well, and I don't break it. For some reason, I had to lend it out. I had to go to Home Depot and end up spending who knows how many more on tools that I just happen to need. But he wouldn't go to Home Depot to buy pliers. Instead, he borrowed one and broke mine. Used it very well and broke it. So it's a problem. Sometimes you run into problems, but you're always lending it to people. So not always you have to lend people everything you have. Sometimes a person asks for money to lend. You give them, say, keep it. I don't need to. Or my brother, Tiger brother, when he was in Israel, all his neighbors always borrowed his tools. So he used to instead go, he used to buy them tools and say, here, keep it. Buy tools, use your own tools. And they used to lose and come again to him. So he'd buy them again. He had this meter that he would just buy them the tools instead of lending his own tools. And then a lot of people like to borrow tools and then break it or lose it. And they take advantage because it's not theirs. They don't care. Paradigm for his tragically misdirected energy is found in the Torah's account of the type of tsaras, leprosy, that afflicts the walls of a house. Chaim relates that one of the sins for which a house is stricken with leprosy is tsar ayin. It's causing a bad person bad eye. Measure for measure, justice in such a case is clear when house exhibits discoloration, characteristics of tsaras. The Chayim must be called to investigate. In some cases, the house is declared impure, and it must be dismantled. All the belongings must be removed, and the walls brought down. The possessions the persons had sold to keep under his own roof are then on display for all to see. The roof itself is gone. Torah specifies Vayikra that the owner of the house must come before the Kohen to declare that his house might be afflicted. Chofetz Chaim explains that the owner's grasping sense of possessions has caused his problem, and therefore he alone must answer for it. In his dealing with those in need, he has said, in effect, this house and all that is in it are mine, 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 mine. The Torah forces him to reconfirm the ownership and accept its consequence. Tsaras of the type the Torah discusses does not exist today. Nevertheless, as the Chofetz Chaim points out, there are many ways to bring one's house down. He speaks of a wealthy man who refused to utilize his assets to do chesed, and thereby honor Hashem. Like the Pels, Ungers, those people, this fits them. As a consequence of his tsar ayin, the man went insane, burned his house, smashed his barrels of wine and oil, and cast his gold and silver into the ocean. Even without certifiable insanity, one can quickly destroy oneself in a few short moments. An otherwise conservative person can decide to take a major risk in business or in stock. He can succumb to the temporary insanity that makes people believe they cannot lose, but they can and do because tsar ayin make them susceptible to such disastrous misjudgment. Chofetz Chaim shows a dark picture of the grief and doom that hangs over the head of the person afflicted with tsar ayin. But the most sorrowful aspect of the picture is this person has painted it himself. He can, however, brighten the palette by opening his narrowed eyes to the real value of his assets and what they can accomplish in the world. Today, we not only think about an asset of which I am particularly possessive and consider some ways it can be used to help someone else. So what I can do is I try my business basically, help others and make some money off it, of course. But because of the tsar ayin of the Mexican mob and the Pels and the Ungers, and all those people are watching me, So basically I'm left not without basically making any parasa basically. So because of the tsar ayin of these people, I say kenega nearly bias kachem bias shein bashom meis lovers. So Rebbeinu Shalom shall afflict them with tzaras and pay them back for all the things they have caused me, all this sinus that they caused me the tsar. May Hashem take revenge. May Hashem Avi Yisrael Yudayim Ulavis take revenge. Kol Tov.